Cute, isn't it?
Hello!
Barbie.
Hello, how are you? I thought I would do an update of my Ibiza questions I did a video beforehand on doing an Ibiza season, but I am 2 seasons synced in now. I thought I'd bring Laura with me because she wants to meet up with me today. She's done 1 season. She's not going back, so you're gonna probably hear 2 different opinions, so I thought it'd be good to bring in somebody else, because I'm so like, woohoo, give up your life, quit your job, go do it, and she's like, don't do it. She's a bit more responsible little one, so she'll be able to tell you on her behalf as well as my behalf. So we're going to kick into the questions now. First question was everything... Oh. Can you read it? No. No. I can do it by myself. I said, like, ask me anything that you want to know, like, about, and then she says everything. I'm planning on doing a season for the first time this summer. What would you say?
The best advice I'd give, first of all, is join every single workers group that you can on Facebook. Accommodation groups, the jobs group, general workers groups, the taxi groups, the WhatsApp group. For your first season going over, especially if you're going alone, I'd say it's very daunting. I went over with 2 people that I was friends with at the time. You know, it was fine for me going over, but it was still nice to, when it came to that part of the season where I did decide to quit my job and I was looking for more work, to be able to post in the groups and say, oh, has anyone got any jobs going, or if you're looking for a guest list to get cheaper in.
Or even if you need a new roommate. So if you follow your roommate and that, there's always like that as well. There's like Ibiza taxis out there that if you want a cheaper taxi than paying the normal rate, you'd post in there looking for names for whoever can collect you. So yeah, definitely do that. Get your NIE if you can sort it out before. If not, I will link the guy that I have. I'm not 100% sure if you can actually just message him and send over all your details straight away and he'll have it for you when you get over there, because if not, when you go there you have to wait, it's 2 weeks until you actually do get your NIE. And now, since I've noticed for my first season, having an NIE wasn't really that important, but you need an NIE for nearly all of them.
I had mine since January.
Oh, did you? You got it before?
So I did mine January last year. I went through a fella called Nathan Viva who I found on Facebook. I think I paid like 80 quid before I went over, €80. Sent him a photocopy of my passport. I paid him through PayPal. Now that's the thing, like a lot of people do think when you hear like, if you're looking for accommodation or when it comes to paying for the NIE and stuff, you do kind of have to be a bit trusting with people. A lot of people think, oh god, I don't want to pay it in case I get scammed. But you just have to take that chance.
You definitely should get it before you go over, because if you don't, say if you go over at like a decent time to go over, maybe like the 20th of May, you can't start working for another 2 weeks, and there could be job opportunities that are coming about and you need your NIE. And now they're even starting to ask for a social security number as well. Yeah. When I started my job, I got an NIE because there was a few jobs looking for it, and I got social security because I had a trial and they needed it. So now it's very crunching on like you need an NIE and a social security. The social security is only 20 quid and then the NIE is usually 80, 90.
You can get the social security for free if you do it yourself.
Yeah. It's very complicated.
It's very, very complicated and confused. Yeah. Like I paid the solicitor over there, Jose.
I got it off him.
Yeah, I paid him 20 or 30 euro, I think it was, to do it for me. It took a day. Yeah. Literally paid him on, say, the Wednesday, and then I went back and he had it for me on the Thursday. Because if you're going for, say, a bar job, if you're going for like ticket selling, PR and stuff like that, it's illegal. So they won't look for an NIE. But when it comes to bar jobs, hostessing jobs, if you want to work for any of the big places, Ocean Beach, Eden, any of the bars on the West End, they will all want an NIE number for you if you're going to be working in the bar.
And a little advice as well is that, you know, on Facebook when you message photos, they always save all your photos. You should take a picture of your NIE and send it, because I have no idea where my piece of paper is, but I have a photo of my NIE, so if I ever do need to apply for a job, I can just show them a photo and that's like completely clear. Did you do that?
Yeah.
Yeah.
You also need your NIE for when you're signing up for guest lists.
Oh yeah.
When you're getting all your workers bands, majority of the places I remember last year, did they ask you for your NIE?
Some of them, not all of them.
Most of them this year did ask for your NIE to prove that you were a worker. Sometimes you'll get away with writing saying that, oh, you've sent off for it and it's pending, but a lot of the places won't accept it, so it'll put a delay on getting it.
You get a little card as well. Remember the card that says that it's on its way? Because like sometimes they'll say, oh, we'll be coming for you, but if you say to your solicitor, can I get a piece of paper to say that I have paid for and it's on the way, so you can show it to a job, some will accept it. It depends on the job that you go for. I think we've answered that question.
Yeah.
What dress code applies for different events, example AMS, DC10, etc.? Kind of all the same, aren't they, most of them?
Do you know what the thing about Ibiza is? It doesn't matter where you are, what event really you're going to, it is all kind of the same.
Yeah. Like you can wear your denim shorts, your runners, and your crop top. You do you, hun, alright?
You can go out in a dress and high heels.
You can still do it. Like, people do it. Like, there is some people that have a lot of money who would only wear heels and like really fancy outfits, and they would wear that to DC10 or Ants at Ushuaia or anything. But like, the majority of is a very dress code of funkiness. It's all like leathers and chains and mesh and black, but black is a big thing for Ants. It's like an unwritten rule. Like, everybody wears black to Ants. It's
Ants music on.
And music on. It's like
Ants and music on. It's like, if you don't wear black,
it's a bit weird if you
shouldn't be there.
Yeah. Like, you can have a pop of colour. No, it's alright. No one's gonna give out shit. Like, it's fine if you wear red or something. It's grand. I get excited about Ants because I find that when you wear black, you can get so much more wear out of it. Yeah. Like, you can throw on a few chains, you can throw on like your fucking spandex and everything, and you can just go out there. I seen this girl, she looked cool. She wore underwear to Ants, but it was all like lingerie, but she made it work. I was like, I would look like a fat slob if I wore something like that. I need to, you do you, hun. It's literally you just do you. Doc Martens are very big over there. Oh, yeah. Doc Martens, you kind of need a pair of Doc Martens.
You need your boots. Like, you need your flat boots.
Because people think, oh, boots, like in summer, like, so you're just going to have to deal with the sweaty feet. Like, it just look cool.
It's just cool.
Would you recommend health insurance? Did you get health insurance?
No, and I needed it. There was a time in the season when I did need to go to the hospital. And luckily, I would highly, highly recommend that you do get your travel insurance. Now, with the health insurance, you need to get backpacker insurance, which will cover your health expenses.
Oh, I have that!
Yeah. Yay! You could be covered, you could be okay. I remember I was trying to get travel insurance, and it was only letting me take it out for 90 days, which obviously wasn't ideal for the whole season.
It's not that expensive. I paid it for when I went to Bali. It was only like 35 or 40.
Like 40, a tenner for each month that you're there or something like that.
And mine's for the year.
And also have your E11 card. Cannot stress that enough. That? For God's sake.
I don't know what that is.
Your health card.
Is that your European?
Your European health card.
I lost that. I don't know where that is.
You need to apply for it before you go back. It's free online. It'll take 2 seconds to fill out. All you need is like your PPS number, your date of birth, and put it in, and they'll send you the new card.
Because so like, I wouldn't recommend, but if you are in desperate need and you don't get it, if you kind of look like somebody and you can use theirs, like our roommate, like my friend used our roommates because she sat on glass and she had to get fucking stitches in her arsehole. Not her actual arsehole, sorry, her arse cheek.
I was going to be like, what?
But she used someone else. She's Irish and she used a Scottish girl, so she was like, your name's Shahada? Yeah.
Yeah.
You're very informative. I haven't a clue about any of this.
Oh my god, I've researched everything with a fine-tooth comb for.
I just went over for the crack, and on my first season I had my accommodation, my flight booked out here. No health insurance, no job.
No, I would say
any savings.
For insurance wise, get backpacker insurance if you can. Make sure it covers some medical bills.
I think I got mine with AAA. Is that what it's called? AA. Double A. Them.
AA.
I'll link them below for you. Did you stress for life after Ibiza, like when you got home? Session depression.
I came home, right? Now I left a really good job to go to Ibiza. I came home and I was just like so depressed and absolutely hated my life. I didn't work for about 6 weeks. And then I ended up getting my old job back, and then I got the job that I'm in now, so it was fine. But I hated my life for a solid like.
You left a little bit earlier than the end of the season, though. Mm-hmm. That's probably why. See, like when you've been there, like on my first season, I was like not ready to go home, but I kind of wanted to go home to my bed, like to my family, and I kind of enjoyed being home for a little bit. And then it kind of kicks in. You're like, oh god, I actually miss because I'm an only child at home, and it's a bit depressing because you're after living with like 5 people to go. You lived with 8, wasn't it?
Yeah, there was 8 of us in my
8 in her house, there was 5 in mine, so I was living with 4 people. And then you go down to and you're like, oh, I miss having a bit of company. But no, it's not too bad. Like last year I was so ready to come home, because I didn't come home until bloody 13th of October or something. So like I was done. Like I was like, right, season's done.
Like
that's
it does get to a certain, like my mum came over for my 21st at the start of June, and then my mum and dad came over at the end of June. And then it had been 6 weeks without seeing them when I was over there, and I was just like,
you miss like your
you miss your home comforts so much when you're over there. Like all I wanted was a saucy sambo.
Really? That's
I made my mum bring me over soup queen sausages when she came over.
Really? I miss just having a big duvet because you sleep in sheets because it's too hot over there. I missed being like cozy.
You do miss your coziness.
But no, answer your question.
Yeah, you do. You stress so much when you come home, and you will absolutely hate your life for a solid 5, 6, 7 weeks.
How much money would you recommend bringing over with you if you want to stay for the summer? Right, so I would say definitely you need your first month's rent and your deposit rent always. So usually it's about 400 to 500 a month. So let's say about €1,000 anyway that you need to just blow straight away. That's gone. Like that's not your saving money. And then you need your 3 weeks. I always say because I always give myself 3 weeks to get a job. Because your first week you're going to go wild. Put it that way. You're not going to go to interviews. You want to get on the absolute piss. You want to go out and stay out until 3 o'clock to 3 days later. Do you know what I mean? Like, so you're going to do that. So 2 weeks to give yourself a job because you have to give yourself enough time for them to come back and then do your trial and blah 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 and then actually get paid. Because I know when on my first season I didn't actually start working for 3 weeks. I had €600, lads. €600 that lasted me for 3 weeks. Don't ask me how. I really don't know how I did it. And I went out every night. Don't know. We have no idea what.
So I was working for. So basically, I did my interview last March. It was actually Paddy's Day last March for Ocean Beach, and I was offered a job in Pearl. So Pearl is like a restaurant and a bar that's like connected just to the front of Ocean Beach, so it's right on the beach, and then Ocean's like in behind us. So like we could walk in and out of Ocean. So I had a job going over, so I was fine. But like I ended up leaving that after 3 days. Because you don't want to work in like the morning. You just want to go out and get pissed. And then
you want it when you first go there. You want to have that party.
Yeah, that's why I would recommend that you do have like a week, maybe even 4 or 5 days, just to kind of go out, get locked, get it out of your system, and then get settled into working. Like
definitely the 15th, like the 10th till the 15th is definitely need to be there by then.
Yeah.
June time it's way too hard because there's not many jobs going in June. And then if you're in a job like Laura, that you have to get it before you go over, you need to be there by that time. You were supposed to go on the 20th, wasn't it? But you had to be there by.
I had my flight booked for I think it was the 20th, but I had to go nearly a week early.
So yeah, you're probably looking at about $2,000 to $2,500, and that's like pushing it.
Yeah, I definitely recommend having at least $2,000 with you after you pay your rent and accommodation, because if you don't get a job straight away, or if there's any point in the season where you're kind of struggling a bit for money, like realistically most bars and stuff like that will only pay you €50 to €60, maybe 60.
50
some only pay 30, 40, 50 at most. Yeah, like the bar that I had gone to,
that's because it's all cut now, the hours.
Yeah.
They're not open till 6 a.m, they're only open till 4. That's why. So you're losing out on 2 hours of work.
So they only pay you €30 or €40 when you're talking on average, you're getting about $260 a week plus your tips. Your rent is nearly 2 weeks' wages. You have 2 weeks of your wages that you're getting to live off. You want to go out, you only get one night off a week. You know, you're going to spend like
You're making it sound awful.
No, but that's how it is realistically. You're going to spend like £100 on that night out. Especially if it's DC10 and you're finding it really hard to get guest lists. You're going to buy a ticket for 50-60 quid. Like,
yeah.
You just are.
Forget about trying to get guest lists for DC10. It's impossible.
Is Ibiza expensive?
No!
So cheap!
Yes, it's extremely expensive. No, let me get something right said. You know what I mean? Said.
Something
that. I need to say something. Let me just say, it's very cheap to live there. It's very, very cheap, as in like going to like supermarkets. Like all the supermarkets are usually around the same price as like going to Aldi and Lidl, sometimes even cheaper. And there is a Lidl over there. So everything is very, very cheap. Like even buying your bottle of vodka, it's still only like 7-8 quid, like what you would usually spend in like, I don't know, like Malaga or anything like them type of places. So it is cheap, but it's just the nights out that are very expensive. But again, like I said, as a worker, when you get to know people, that's what I'm saying, be as friendly as you can to everybody, because everyone has connections that you can always get put on guest lists. Or if you're a worker, a lot of the clubs will do worker discounts or worker free in before a certain night. If you don't sign up to any of these are all in usually the end of May to coming into the middle of June, where you have sign-on dates. If you don't do them, you're going to end up paying like 40-50 quid into a nightclub. And then drinking in there, if you're not on a good job, there's no drinking inside there. You just get you hammered beforehand.
The only the big club, the super club, whatever they're called, that do workers drinks is Eden. So when you get your workers band for Eden, it'll only get you into the normal Eden nights. It won't include like Defected and stuff like that. You have to go for a separate band for them. But they do give you a wristband. I think drinks are like €5.
Yeah, it's €5. That's really cheap.
Whereas when you go out into the main bar, you're going to pay €15 for the exact same drink.
It's mad.
It's madness. If you go to the West End, you'll get your hours worth of drinks for a tenner. Like your workers' drinks will be like $3.50 for a vodka and coke, or they are relatively cheap enough for workers on the West End. It's just when you go to the likes of Amnesia and Ushuaia and all that, like, forget about it.
And then when you're on holidays, like if you're going on holidays to Ibiza, you need to bring a lot of money. So if I was going on holiday, she's going on holiday this year, you just want to blow all your money.
Yeah.
18 quid for a drink. Take my drink. €18 for a drink.
Let me pay you and then you can take it.
Take my money. I didn't get the joke properly. I can't repeat it now. It's not fun. The most expensive drink you'll pay is €20 for one drink, and it's in just a glass, like, you know, just like a normal glass. Like, it's not anything special. Like, it's.
I went to Eric Pridza High, and I was like, being the bleeding dopey head that I am, I have a vodka 7-Up. Billy Big Bollocks over here. €22. Well, I nearly died.
22.
I nearly died. €22. I got just a Coke. I got a Coke and High, and it cost me €12.
€12, yeah, for just a Coke.
Yeah, so
€12 for a bottle of water, actually, lads. €12 bottle of water and High.
DC10's the cheapest place for
€5.
Taxi wise, normal taxis are very expensive. As we said, workers' taxis prices are cut in half.
Yeah.
Getting into nightclubs, once you're in the workers' groups, you'll get your discounts. Sign up to
another thing about taxis, if you know anybody, just text them and ask them, can they get you a taxi? Because it's not just for workers, these taxis are for a discount. It's people that hire out cars that do taxi and that just text somebody looking for, oh, can you text someone to get me a taxi? And instead of paying, I think it's like 35 to bus it, you're only paying 20 to bus it.
Yeah.
So you're saving a big amount. Even from the taxi from the airport, it's only 25, but usually if you're going to San Anne, it'd be about like 35, 37 or something.
On average, a taxi will work out €5 a person.
Need mint places I've not been to go during the day and not go mental. Why are you going to Ibiza if you're not going mental? That's just weird. I don't even want to answer this question. No, I'm only joking. Right? So Nikki Beach is a really good place to go when you want to go for a chill out day. So, you know, for example, girls want to go and they just want to take their pictures with their makeup on, and like sometimes you don't want to go to Ocean Beach where it's like, the Ocean Beach is a proper crazy place that you get fucked up that day. Like that's not, it's a very fun place. But Nikki Beach is more of a chill out. Let's like be cute, drink our drinks, have nice music, get in the pool. Like Nikki Beach is very good.
7 Pines. That's
7 Pines.
That's like a spa hotel, but
so these are all just like fancy kind of sunbathing places.
Exploring. Get yourself up Esvedra Rock.
Yeah, Esvedra Rock is really nice. Go there for sunset time. Do you ever not make enough money to live on and struggle enough that you have to go home?
No, honestly no. If you're working, you need to be careful with your money. So I used to get €300 a week, and I'd take €100 each week, and that'd go for my rent. So at the end of the month, then I'd have my $400 for my rent.
Definitely do that. Don't just try to get all your money together for your rent. Do it week by week, because you're on a budget. You
leave yourself with €200. But I lived where one of the main supermarkets is, so Mercadona. It was so cheap. So I literally, me and all my housemates would go to Mercadona. We'd do our big shop.
Mercadona.
What did I say?
Donut.
Mercadona.
Mercadona.
Mercadona. Whatever, Mercadona.
Literally half price than Aldi. It's really cheap. It's more cheaper than Lidl. I love it there. You get a bottle of Sheraton Pink Gin for $7.50. That's cheap as fuck. I didn't know that.
Oh, it's so nice. You really do. You leave yourself with €150 a week.
That's loads over there. I swear to God, it actually is a lot. When
it's a lot for a worker. Not
being sexist or anything, but as a girl, you don't spend a lot of money. You really don't. It's bad to say. You really don't. You get invited everywhere. It's party time tonight. Do what you want. Do you think 26 is too old to do a season? Love the videos, by the way. Thanks, man. No. I knew someone that was there that was 32. Do eventually probably want to settle there fully. So 26 definitely isn't. Just go over, do the year. Go wild. And if you do like him, just do it. I think it's a bit weird when you hear 17 or 18-year-olds going.
It's so weird.
You know, Ocean Beach actually asks you for ID.
I got
ID only until last year in Ocean. Yeah. I'm like, you see me every week here. I was like, let me in.
Hello.
You can just take a photo of your passport and they're fine with that. But you have to be 18.
Hi, sometimes the idea.
Yeah.
As well.
Yeah. Everyone always has new amazing outfits. How do you not run out of clothes and outfit repeat?
Oh, you do.
You do?
Oh, 100%.
Right. I'm going to give you truthful advice. If you're a girl and you live with girl roommates, or you live in the same block of girl roommates, everyone borrows each other's clothes. it's just a thing you do. Like, and then you get all friendly with people, so it's grand. Or another thing is, they only started doing this last year. They made a WhatsApp group that was like a Depop, where you can actually sell your clothes on. And I mean, these girls are selling their clothes. They pay about 40-50 quid for, they're selling them for like 20 quid. And they're like still in great condition, sometimes even like 10-15 euro. I bought so much stuff off that little Depop place. And then selling all my old stuff, and then someone else would want it. It's great.
That's actually another thing. I think for tips for people for their first season, I would say probably go for a workers block.
Yeah,
you make so much more friends. Like,
I think that's why you're not going back. I'm convinced she's not going back because she was like just stuck in her own apartment.
So my apartment was in like a, not a villa. It was kind of like a
house
that was split in two. Right, it was called Sacapella. So it was like so far out. Like I was a 15-minute walk from San Antonio. I used to, like, if I was finished work, like if I was walking home by myself at night, like it was just really dangerous. But I'd say 100% for your first season. I would say definitely go and live in a workers block.
Like Esvedra.
You would make so much more friends. Like,
what was it?
People think Esvedra's a kip. I don't think it's that bad.
Oh, it's so good.
I don't think
best
it's that
time of my life. Best year of my life. Well, that year just gone. That was really quiet.
Yeah, it was really
ridiculous.
Quiet,
mine was quiet enough, but wasn't as quiet as it was just the year gone. I feel this year it's going to be even worse.
Yeah.
Like it's going to be like no party. Like then Esvedra, Azul.
No, don't say Azul.
Yeah,
oh my
Azul's
god, no. Like if you're just no, don't even. Azul smells like cheese and onion and weed. That's all it smells like.
I've never been in there.
You'd walk past it. No, walking past. Someone opens the door. You're just like, ugh. It's, you couldn't pay me enough to live there. Not even for free. No, never. No, don't. Do not stay there. Just don't do it.
Alright, well, if you got to here, thanks for watching us blab on so much. I barely saw you how long it is. Yeah, if you have any more questions, just comment below and I'll get back to you. And if you want to see all the links, they'll be all below. But I will see you in my next video.
Peace.
Peace out.